Hello, my dear crafters. So today this is what you're going to learn. You're going to learn how to cover a notepad with elastic here at the bottom. And also I want to showcase a new die set by Spellbinders. It's called Fresh Picked Vase Bouquet. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. It comes with all these flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of flowers, a lot of greenery, of course this beautiful vase as well. I added some pearls to embellish it. So I'm going to show you in details this die and everything that comes with it. Really, really nice, and they sent it to me, so I just wanted to know that. And I am going to teach you how to add this elastic when you cover a notepad like this. So it's an added thing that I think makes a difference. Look at that. And you can't see when you look back, it's inserted so you don't see it, but it just adds something very, very nice to your notepad. So this is the tutorial, and we're going to begin by showing you the dies. So these are all the dies. It's really, really big. You have a lot of little pieces here, a lot of greenery, see, that you can use. You have the pot here, the flower pot, of course. And that's we're going to zoom in so you can see it in details. So some flowers, all of these are flowers. These are some components of the flowers. More flowers, more flowers. So it's a really fantastic die. I really recommend it. And what I love about this die, apart from it being beautiful, of course, is that it goes with other dies that you might have. I often like to do that. I like dies that go with others. And with this one, I'm sure you remember this die here that I showed in the past. It's also Spellbinders, and I'll have the link below to all of them. You might remember this tutorial here that I made a 3D pot so that you can put it on your table. And this is perfect for that because you can use all these flowers with this pot here, but you can use with this die that comes with 6 different ones. So I absolutely am in love with that. So let me just zoom in so you can see what it looks like a little bit closer. So here is the top. So all the greenery here that you can mix and match with the flowers. Here at the bottom, you can see the flowers here. The tulips, my favorite flowers. These ones that I have no idea what they are. So these are some elements for inside, like this part here, this and that. A lot of flowers of different sizes. So we have one set of flowers, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 different flowers that you can play with. And here we have the pot. I love this pot. Look, it's a great size, really beautiful. Look at that. And of course, it does come with the paper showing you when you put together what it should look like, but that doesn't mean that you can't play with it. For example, let me show you the tulip. So this is what the tulip looks like. So you can place 3 in one of the greeneries and then another one here. But you can also play with colors, right? Like that. Or use one of the small greeneries here and put some little tiny flowers here and the tulip on the top. I like to just play with it. I don't use the dies just as they come. Or you can do individually tulips like that. You can also play, as you can see here, this is how you place it. This is how you use the little flowers, but nothing stops you from, again, doing it individually like this. It will depend on what you're going to play with. So, for example, this pot here is from the other Spellbinders dies. You can play with that too. Look at that. How beautiful is that? So play with it. You can make something like single and just one little flower and use on your cards, or you can use the whole set like I did here. Look at that. So this is the whole set being used at once, but you can just use these individual parts here and just play with it. So that is the die. I love it. Let me count how many pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pieces, 17 pieces in one die set. So really a great product. Now let's move on, and we're going to do the notebook. So to cover your notebook, it's pretty straightforward. The only thing I'm going to really teach you is how to add the elastic at the bottom here. So we need, this one here is from Amazon Basics. I buy them a lot because they're very good price and you buy them in bulk. And this one is 5 by 8, 5 inches by 8. And we need a piece of paper that is 5 by 10. Because we're going to, the best way to do this is just like this. You just press it here and you are going to fold it like that. And we're going to pinch it here. This is pretty straightforward, not much to do here. It's just the back part that I'm going to basically teach you what to do with it. And here what we do is, we are going to add glue to this part here in the back. So we turn it around. Now that we're happy with the position, we turn it around like this. Yeah. Make sure that it's pinched here. And we're just going to add glue to all of this. And after that, then we're going to take a look at how to work the back, okay? So just looking here to see if it's centered. You want to make sure that it's covering everything. So you put it everywhere here, a lot of glue for the back. And you, of course, you can use whatever notebook you have at home. Press it down with your bone folder, especially here, to get that crease really well. You can use double-sided adhesive too if you want. And now we have the cover, and of course we're going to add our beautiful front here. That's the decoration. I use some pearls here just to add some more interest and some more embellishments. Made sure to use some pattern paper too when I cut the vase. And look how beautiful this is. And as you can see, the paper underneath is embossed. That's another spellbind. This is Spellbinders. Let me show you here. It's called Beautiful Butterflies. It's one of those 3D embossing folder. It's actually my favorite embossing folder, honestly. Look how beautiful that is. So I use that on the background, and I'll have the list below to everything, okay? To this, to the embossing folder, and to this other die set here that I mentioned before. So this is ready, the panel is ready, but we're going to just place it here at the end. Now let's do the back. How do you add here the elastic? I have a piece of paper here that is 5. Well, let me just this is not the right piece of paper, it's a little bit shorter. Let me get the right one. Now with the right one, I knew it was yellow, I got the wrong piece of paper. But anyway, this is 6 1/4 by 5. It's always 5 because that's the width here. So we are going to cut 2 slits here at the bottom. That's where the elastic goes. So you can use your X-Acto knife for that, not a problem. I'm just going to use this paper cutter here because it's easier for me. So basically I am going to make sure, let me zoom in for you, that it's the right here. I'm gonna get my pencil just like 1 inch in, or maybe 3/4 of an, I think 3/4 of an inch. Just gonna do little mark here, and I'm going to use this to cut a slit. Make sure it's right. Oh, sorry, I couldn't see it. So I'm gonna do that, and I click a little bit more, move it up a little bit just to make sure that it's as wide as I need it. There you go. So I have these cuts here, and that's where your elastic is going to go. So basically we need, let me see which right, yeah, that's the right way. So we need for this to be inside so you don't see it. So basically you insert the elastic, we're gonna turn around. This is gonna work like this. So I'm gonna put it through two sides. I'm gonna move that around. So I want this to be like that. So the best way that I found to do this is get a piece of double-sided adhesive, pretty wide one, and I'm going to actually, let me just see, yeah, I'm just gonna cut through after I do this. I usually put it first, and when I cut the two slits, I cut through the piece of the adhesive too, but I forgot, so put it first, okay? So I have this to hold when I put that on. So I'm going to cut through again. That's why I told you that I usually do it before. So there you go. See? And now you don't see anything. I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one, because you shouldn't use liquid adhesive because it's not as strong to hold this in place. So there you go. So we have this adhesive on the back, and now we are going to remove it and put it through. So one side first. Gonna pull it a little bit. This should be enough. Press it down. Then we're going to cover it again, okay? There you go, a little bit more here. Pull a little piece. So it's held in place, but I reinforce it. What I do is I'm gonna do this again on top. So this way I know that this is never gonna move. So I'm gonna cut, so 2 layers of your adhesive. I'm going to press it down, especially where the elastic is, to make sure that it's very, very strong. So we have that ready to be positioned here, like this, okay? So all the rest here, I am going to use just liquid glue. It doesn't have to be double-sided tape. So there you go. Oops. Because this will give me some wiggle room. And I put this first, put a lot of glue there, and then I will remove, I can remove it now, let's remove it now, the tape, okay? It's just that, as you know, guys, when you use tape, you don't have much of a wiggle room to move around if you need. So I'm just gonna make sure that it's really well positioned here. There you go. I have to make sure that it touches the top over there. And then I'll come down, press it up. There you go. Really well. Press it with your bone folder. Especially here, because you need this to be really strong, because you're going to pull the elastic. So move it around like this and press it down. And when you're happy with it, that's all good. Look to see if you need to trim it. Many times you do. It's better to have a lot of paper and have to trim it a little bit than the other way around. because if you don't have enough, oops, let me just move this. There you go. So here we have our elastic to just go around like that, and it's ready to go. So here, see? You see it really well here, and it doesn't show much. You can put it up, maybe I should have put it a little bit higher, but that's good. Good enough for me. And the last thing we're going to do is, let me zoom out a little bit, is to decorate with our beautiful panel here. And for that, we're going to use liquid glue. So all the links for the videos, you know, that I show you how to make that 3D vase is below, and also all the materials that I use, this die and everything else. So there you go. Look at that, gorgeous. They will make beautiful cards as well. And there you go. I'm going to press it down. This is a magical die, guys. Really, really beautiful. I like these big dies that have a lot of ramifications because you can break it down into so many pieces and use them individually. It doesn't have to go all together all the time. But there you are. I have a pen here that I will add to it at the end. And here you go. I'll have the link to these notebooks. So Amazon has very good sizes of notepads, actually notepads. I buy them in bulk, so it's very good price. And this one is really, really nice. So look at that. So there you are. You learn how to put the elastic here. Should have been a little bit higher, but that's fine. Being perfectionist is never good for crafting, guys. It's handmade, so you learn and you continue making them. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed it and you have a great day.